As the film opens, Heather Watkins is murdered by her friend Ryan, who previously had not indicated that he was planning to kill her. In response to his killing of her and other mall employees, he is shot in the head by the police. Media reports describe the massacre as commonplace in Shadyside, Ohio, which they label the murder capital of the U.S. At the same time, Sunnyvale is a polar opposite, with its reputation as one of the nation's richest and safest cities. The teens in Shadyside believe that this was caused by Sarah Fier, who was executed for witchcraft in 1666 after placing a curse on the town. Dina Johnson does not believe in the Fier witch because she is too busy dealing with her personal issues. Josh, her brother, spends all his time on the internet, and Kate and Simon, two of her friends, are selling drugs, while Dina broke up with closeted girlfriend Sam, who moved to Sunnyvale recently. When the two meet again at a vigil in Sunnyvale for the victims of the mall killings, a malicious prank against the Shadyside students, and their attempts to retaliate, leads to an accident, landing Sam in the hospital. But before Sam is taken away, she sees a vision of the Fier witch. Next night, Dina and her friends find themselves stalked by the undead killers from some of Shadyside's most horrific massacres. Although initially thinking it to be another prank, the undead quickly prove otherwise when they begin to murder people while trying to get to Sam. As soon as the group hears about Sam's vision, the group realizes that she touched the bones of Sarah Fier and that the accident disturbed her grave. Furthermore, they know that the undead are only after Sam and that the body cannot be reburied or the killers destroyed. Josh's collection of news clippings about the Shadyside massacres reveals, at a summer camp in the 1970s, that there was one survivor. In an attempt to gain insight, they call her during the undead assault, but all they get is her answering machine instead. The teenagers noticed that the clippings stated that the woman had died and was revived. In order to see if it works, they decided to take Sam to a nearby supermarket and use the drugs there, only for Sam to vomit up the pills. In a horrific attack, the undead kill Simon and Kate. Dina drowns Sam because she has no other choice. As the undead retreat, Dina uses EpiPens and CPR to bring Sam back to life. Simon and Kate are blamed in the aftermath, since they sold drugs, and since they're dead, they can't protest. Sam and Dina make up and publicly disclose their relationship. As Sam is spending the night at Dina's home, Dina receives a phone call back from the camp survivor, who tells her that there is no way out. Upon turning around, she is attacked by a possessed Sam. Then, she subdues and ties Sam up, promising Josh that she will bring Sam back. In 1994, Dina and Josh Johnson restrain Sam, Dina's girlfriend who is possessed, and travel to see Berman's house for help. In spite of Berman's initial reluctance, she lets them in and recounts Camp Nightwing's events. Ziggy Berman, a Shadyside resident, is accused of stealing on July 19, 1978, by Sheila, a Sunnyvale camper, and her friends. She was shackled to a tree and the group started to burn her before camp counselors Nick Good and Kurt intervened. During a chore in the mess hall, Cindy, Ziggy's older sister, and her boyfriend Tommy Slater are attacked by Nurse Lane, Ruby Lane's mother, who says Tommy will perish that night before she is removed from camp. Sunnyvale teens believe she and her daughter were possessed by Sarah Fier. After that, she and Tommy go to the infirmary to investigate her motive, where they encounter Alice, Cindy's former friend, and Arnie, Alice's boyfriend. They discover Lane's diary that says Fier cut her hand on Satan's stone in order to earn eternal life. The diary also contains a map leading to Fier's house. Upon reaching the house, the group finds empty graves dug up by Nurse Lane, and the witch's mark is found below the house. During their exploration, Alice and Cindy come across a wall carved with Tommy's name and the names of each killer. As Tommy becomes possessed, he axes Arnie to death. Despite his efforts of chasing the girls, they manage to escape through a cave entrance. As a prank at camp, Nick locks Sheila in the outhouse with Ziggy. A kiss is exchanged between the two. Several Shadyside campers including Counselor Joan are murdered by Tommy upon reaching the camp. The campers go to the mess hall with Nick, before Nick leaves to search for the others and Ziggy seeks Sheila. The campers are instructed to go to the bus and ring the bell before they leave, so that everyone can hear them. Meanwhile, Cindy and Alice use the witch's mark in the diary as a map in order to escape. While they are walking, Alice comes across a pile of beating organs, which, when she touches, allows her to see all the former killers and their victims in flashback. After Alice injures her leg, she reunites with Cindy, and they try to escape under the outhouse. During a fight with Sheila, Ziggy knocks Sheila unconscious, then she and Counselor Gary try to rescue Alice and Cindy, but Tommy arrives and kills Gary. In an attempt to escape, Ziggy hides with Nick, but Tommy finds them. He injures Nick, but Ziggy escapes to the mess hall. The bus leaves, and Cindy finds her way to the mess hall, while Alice remains behind. Ziggy is attacked by Tommy, but Cindy intervenes and kills him. Alice arrives and reveals she has found the witch's hand. In the wake of her bleeding, she realized she was standing next to Satan's stone and dug the hand out. They decide to end the curse by reunifying Sarah's hand when Ziggy suddenly bleeds on the hand and sees a dream of Sarah. As a result, several Shadyside killers are resurrected by the curse. Alice is murdered by Tommy, but he is decapitated by Cindy. With the Shadyside killers chasing after them, Ziggy and Cindy run to the tree where the witch was hanged. They dig and find a rock engraved with the words "The witch lives forever." Cindy realizes that the killers are after Ziggy when they arrive. Dropping the hand, she sacrifices herself. The two are murdered, and the assailants are missing, until Nick finds them and helps Ziggy through CPR. Seeing Christine as Ziggy Berman, Deanna and Josh realize that Christine is actually Ziggy Berman. The siblings tell her that they have found the witch's body, and with the hand, the curse can be ended. The camp has been turned into Shadyside Mall, where Dina and Josh go and dig up the hand under the tree. The hand is taken to the place where the body is buried, and Dina reunites the body with the hand. Deanna's nose bleeds, and she sees a vision in which she is Sarah Fier in 1666. When Dina reunites Sarah Fier's severed hand with her corpse, she has a vision depicting 1666 from the viewpoint of Sarah Fier. Union, the original settlement before it was divided into Sunnyvale and Shadyside, is where she lives with her father George and brother Henry. Pastor Cyrus Miller, his daughter Hannah, Abigail, her sister Constance, Mad Thomas, Caleb, Sarah's friends Lizzie and Isaac, Solomon Good, and Solomon's brother Elijah are also a part of the community. Hannah, Sarah, and Lizzie go to a reclusive widow to collect potent berries for a party. While there, Sarah stumbles upon a strange book of black magic. In response, they flee to the party where they encounter Caleb, who harasses Sarah and Hannah as they reject his advances. Unaware that Mad Thomas is watching them, they run off and get into an intimate exchange. Pastor Miller begins acting strange the next day, as the town's food and water supply is destroyed. Sarah confides in Solomon and wonders if she is to blame for the town's bad luck. During their investigation, they discover that Pastor Miller had killed a dozen children, including Henry and Constance. Pastor Miller nearly kills Sarah before he is killed by Solomon. A town meeting is held that evening, at which the townspeople proclaim that witchcraft is at fault, and Caleb accuses Sarah and Hannah of being the culprits. Despite their attempts to flee, Hannah is captured and Sarah escapes. The town declares that Hannah will be executed at dawn. In the chapel where Hannah is confined, Sarah sneaks in and professes her love for Hannah. When Sarah tries to get the widow's book and use it to make a deal with the devil to save Hannah, she finds the book missing and the widow dead. She fled to Solomon's house for help, hiding in the back room as he is ambushed by men who are hunting her. While hiding, she discovers tunnels under his house, where she finds a ritual as well as the widow's book. According to Solomon, he has taken the book to enact a deal with Satan, offering to possess Pastor Miller to kill others to gain power and wealth. While he offers to share his knowledge with her, Sarah rejects his idea and flees into the tunnels. In the ensuing struggle, he catches her and cuts off her hand. She escapes to the chapel, but is found and arrested by the town residents. Prior to being hanged, Sarah convinces the town to spare Hannah's life, swearing revenge on Solomon. After Sarah's death, Lizzie, Isaac, Hannah, and Abigail grieve for her and properly bury her. Upon awakening, Dina realizes that the Shadyside curse was gathered by the Good family, as the firstborns of each generation repeated the ritual begun by Solomon. Sheriff Nick Good finds her and Josh, but they are able to escape in Nick's car and arrive at Ziggy's house, where Ziggy is still watching Sam. They decide to kill Nick in order to stop the Shadyside curse. Martin, the mall janitor, lends a hand to the group as they devise a plan to lure Nick to the mall and set traps for the Shadyside murderers to kill him. The group was able to temporarily trap the killers, but Ziggy dragged Nick to the center of the mall, where she poured a bucket of Dina's blood over him, provoking the killers to attack him. Nick nevertheless manages to escape through the tunnels. A possessed Sam and Deanna follow him while the others battle the killers. As Sam attacks Dina, Dina manages to break Sam out of her possession temporarily before incapacitating her. Nick nearly kills Dina after pinning her down, but Dina exposes Nick to the pile of beating organs, giving him a vision of all the victims of his killers. Dina kills him, breaking the curse and causing the killers to disappear. As a result, the goods are exposed and Shadyside is able to move forward peacefully. Martin obtains a job selling technology, Josh meets his online friend, Ziggy reunites with Mrs. Lane, and Dina and Sam resume their relationship with a picnic at Sarah Fierre's graveside.